Hey, what's up, my mustaches, and welcome back to another top 3. In today's top 3, we're going to be discussing 3 future-proof ways to make gold. Now, this could be future-proof. Reason why I say it's could, they could nerf each one of these things, or they could just leave them as it is. Now, that said, guys, if they leave them as it is, this will make you just as much as gold as anything else in Legion would. Now, that said, guys, let's move on to the top 3. Alright guys, and at number 3 is going to be actually old items, mounts, and pets from the Garrisons and the shipyard, and also to non-jungle apex grinding. Now that said, guys, they are removing the treasure missions, meaning that you won't be able to get treasure, but it does not say they're removing the pets and the animals and so forth and everything that you can get from the Garrison missions. Now that said, guys, if they don't patch it where they don't remove it, if they still actually showcase, that means you can get a mount that actually goes around right now for 500 to 1,000 at the most, but that mount will probably be a lot more because people are not going to be in their Garrisons. At least I think they're not going to be. Maybe at the beginning they will be, but at the end they're not going to be. Now that said, guys, also you're going to get like other pets from the Garrison missions, also pets from the shipyard, which is Left Shark, which is not really worth that much even now. Now it's like 30 gold because it's so common. So basically, I don't even think that will actually go up. Now that's it, guys. The mostly I would think that will actually get a lot of money is if you use the Apex Crystals right and actually get pets from the Storm Shield and actually get pets from Tanan Jungle. Now those things will be worth a little bit for a little bit. Now that's it, guys. A lot of people don't want to come farm this. Now that's it, guys. I'm not for sure that if a Medallion of Legion and so forth like that will be removed from the Garrison table. I know the Champion's Honor will be, because it will be useless, but that said, guys, I don't know if Medallion Legion is. If it's not, you can still sell those for at least 1k to 2k because people are going to want rep for that. Now that's it, guys. Let's move on to number 2. Alright guys, and at number 2 is actually going to be a profession thing that could be a really gold making. Now it depends on what they do with the professions in Legion. I have not played Legion yet, so I am not aware of any of the changes big time, but I do know there's changes coming along the way. Now that said, guys, I have not looked at anybody else's videos of Legion because I want to be surprised when I do it. Now unless I get an invite, I won't do videos or won't see a video of Legion until August 30th. Now that said, guys, I will go into this number 2. So number 2 is actually something I made about 239,664 gold so far, and I've only spent about 50,000 to 40,000 gold. Now that said, guys, is actually making Draconic Philosopher Stones. Now these stones are worth 25 gold each when you make them. If you want to buy the Alchemist Catalyst, at least 4 gold each, and to get the true iron ore for cheap. Most of the time they are really cheap. It only takes 5 of the alchemy catalyst and also 1 of the true iron ore to make actually 1 draconic philosopher stone. Now that's it, guys. You're actually gonna want to get it at 4 because you want to be able to get at least a 5 gold profit off each one to sell them. Now that's it, guys. It's very simple to get these, and if you just wait game for it, if you have a few tunes who just are sitting there with alchemy, you can make so much money off of this. Now if in the future this is actually something you can do still without the nerf. Now if they don't nerf the price of draconic philosopher stones or just make it where it's like worth nothing, you know, you'll be able to make a lot of money just off of passive just on this. So still do the Garrisons. Like a lot of people won't be doing the Garrisons, but I suggest you keep doing it if this is still a thing because that's extra gold for your Garrisons. Now that's it. Let's go to number 1. Alright guys, and at number 1 is something that's always going to be number 1, and that is farming gold raids. Now you're probably wondering, or you probably already know this, is basically the raids as you go on in another expansion, it actually gets easier and easier. No matter what you do and all stuff, they get easier and the drops are the same. Now they could nerf the gold rate. Now the gold rate is about, I think like 150 or 250. I forgot what it was, guys. I really don't do raids every week that often anymore, like just farm for gold because I make a lot more gold doing other things. But these actually make a great amount of gold for you. Now that said, guys, for the average user who does this on one tune, you'll get about 5,000 to 7,000 gold on all the runs. Now that's if you do only the main ones. Now that's it, guys. My whole thing is that for this being number 1 is the fact is that if it moves on to Legion and they don't change the gold drops or the value of the items, this will still be a great way to do Catalysm dungeons so easy. Like there's classes that would be able to run it so fast that it wouldn't take that long. Now don't get me wrong, even to this day you can actually run those the raids actually faster than anything you could do in Mr. Panda. Now that's it, guys. Panda raids will be another thing that you can run to as well. They're not as profitable as Catalysm raids, but there is a chance to get mounts that you could have never got before. I've seen some videos on it saying that, oh, it's still hard to do in Legion support. I highly doubt it's going to be as hard as they say, or they just don't know how to actually run the raids. Now that's it, guys. I honestly think that the raids will be something pretty simple compared to what they used to be. Now there might be some mechanics of certain bosses that you can't defeat because supposedly you have to have 2 or 3 characters. Now that's understandable. Other than that, guys, it will be a legit going through of the raids and making more money. Now I'm very excited about that because that's more and more things you can actually farm and make gold. A lot of people I've seen in the community, which is off topic of the top 3, is not really the community but mostly the players are saying it's going to be so hard to get golden legion. That is false, guys. On a next episode of the WoW community, actually a WoW State of Mind, I'm actually gonna talk about that, which I hope y'all don't miss that. But anyways, as the video goes, guys, I hope you enjoy this top 3. Let me know in the top 3 that you would actually like to see later on next Saturday or later on this week. Also too, what's your top 3 future plans to actually get gold without it affecting, you know, Legion or so forth? Now that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments below, and as always, stay stashy. Alright, my stashes, if you actually made it to the end, I just want to let you guys know, if you have a top 3, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know what your top 3 would be. Now that's it, guys. I do apologize for the end not being different, but that will change soon, so stay tuned for that, and as always, stay stashy.